K-Mac here, back with another video. We live. Today I'm gonna do a trade breakdown on EURJPY. Now I took this a few days ago. I took this about Wednesday or Thursday, but I was kind of too lazy to do the breakdown video, so I'm going to do it today. So here's the trade actually right here. Let me just do bar replay mode. Right here, let's just do bar replay. Right there. So this was the trade. It was a simple 2-to-1 trade, 30 pip stop loss, 60 pip TP. So we can back this up a little bit more, kind of show you what I see in the trade. And I like using this indicator because you can't use Hockenotty candles with bar replay mode, which is kind of lame to me. But you can see here, I said previously in another video that my first confirmation is the moving average cross, or the cross below the moving average on our structural or anchor time frame. 4-hour time frame for our intraday strategy is the structural time frame, right? That's our highest time frame. So we're above or below that, or below that. So another one right there. So this is our confirmation. As you see right here on the Hockenotty candlestick indicator, you can see that we had the flat top candle right there. So that was our indicator to enter the trade. Now I like to see a confluence on another time frame that kind of shows the same pattern as what we see here. So I went down to the 1-hour time frame, and you can see that right here. So we got the signal a few hours ago for the 1-hour time frame, right? Boom, right there. So we have confluence. Sorry, my voice is a little choppy. I'm a little sick. Got a little cold infection. My upper respiratory infection, right? So 15-minute, right here we can kind of see that it was a confluence here, but it started to come up. We're not really worried about that because we have our 2 time frames that's showing that this trade could continue down in the downwards direction, right? So we are below the moving average on the 4H time frame. We're below the moving average on the 1H time frame. We have the flat top on both time frames. So for me, this is an A+ setup, and I've been waiting for this setup all week long. I haven't got a setup like this. Like this only took like 3 setups. I took 2 BS setups, right? I'm gonna talk about that a little later in the video. But as you see, we entered, or we put our pennant order, so it kind of dropped already. So it did like this, and I'm like, let me put a pennant order in here because now this is really an A+ setup right now. So I put my pennant order right around there, and as you can see, it came back and boom. And this is why I kind of like my stop loss to be bigger, because of the simple fact that this was like a 13 little pip, boop, and some people would have got clapped right there, right? But I got my simple 2-to-1, 2% trade, bagged that right there. You see we follow structure as well. You can see that the market was making lower lows right here. We can see that the market was making some lower lows. Boom, 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 boom. A beautiful trade, A+ setup, bro. And like, I waited for this setup all week. This is like A+ on my playbook, like trend trading right here, because Hockenotty candlesticks is really a trend trading strategy. You want to kind of stay out of markets that look like this right here. And this was just a goated setup right here, right? So now I took a few scalps. Now I usually don't scalp, right? USDCAD, so I took it on a very small account. I was like, let me just take this BS trade on a very small account, like not 100, but a $50-$40 account. I was just like, let me take this on a small account. So I don't even like, trade live markets with USDCAD. So, but I did this time. I was like, let me try this out, right? Let me test out a scalping strategy. And if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it on a small account, like, because the money ain't gonna matter there, right? Because it's a small account, right? But as you see here, let's zoom in a little bit, right? As you see here, wicked in, we had a 10 pip stop loss, and we're only going for like a 2 to 1. And what happened was I broke even too early, right? Because I have some anxiety with small stop losses. So obviously this was a trade that wasn't serious at all, bro. This wasn't a serious trade, right? But you can see that it would have hit TP, but I got in here and it wicked up, and then it stopped me out here and almost hit, or stopped me out at break even and almost hit my stop loss if I would have stayed in the trade, right? In common Hikinachi candlestick fashion, right? Common Hikinachi candlestick fashion. And then USDJPY was another one somewhere. I didn't actually take it on I took it on my back testing little charts. I didn't take it on the live charts. That's how not serious this trade was. If I can find, right there, right? So I don't know if I still have it here, but you know, I took the trade and I literally got stopped out in like 5 seconds. This is why I do not scalp. That's the exact reason why I can't do it. For me, at least. Some people may be able to scalp, but I'm not able to scalp. Like it's just not my forte. You feel me? So yeah, bro. Like this was the golden setup of the week, right? This setup right here, and also I was gonna take a setup on EURUSD, right? Let's see if it's gonna load up. It was right around here. There you go. Right, I was gonna take this setup. I was like, okay, I was preparing for this setup. I was at the gym. I was like, this setup is loading. But guess what? I didn't get my confirmation, first of all, before I fell asleep. So I fell asleep, and I knew not CPI, but NFP was gonna hit the next morning, right? So CPI hits next week. So you know, the last few weeks for the dollar has been very hectic. So some more news is coming out, but you can see right here that I kind of was going to enter this trade, but I didn't get my confirmation before I went to sleep, right? So I went to sleep, and it, like, when I was waking up 7-8 o'clock, it was already hitting TP. I was like, oh, okay. I was only gonna put like 0.5% on this position, so it wasn't a serious trade, but this would have been like more of a B plus setup, because you can see from a longer time frame perspective where we was at, right? We were still technically in a downtrend, right? And to me, this looks like a pullback to continue back down, but it did cross above, so that's one confirmation. It did cross one right here, cross above the moving average a few hours ago, or more than a few hours ago, about 12 hours ago. So that's another confirmation. So, but it was still a lower probability setup than the setup that we took on EURJPY, right? And I was also going to take a trade on GU, but you know, nothing aligned. Like, I haven't been taking swing trades because nothing has been aligning for me. And you have to be picky for your setups, man. For, you know, to get the highest probability setups and get the highest win rate. But that's all for today's video, for today's breakdown. I hope y'all had a great trading week. Hope y'all made a lot of bread, because, you know, it was a decent week for me. I only took one trade, or 3 trades, but I only took one serious trade on a bigger account. So that you know, that it's a dub for me this week, man. It's a real dub for me. So I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all week. Have a good weekend, and see y'all for the next trading week. We lit. Stay live.